James Corden, arsehole. Collateral consequences. You will have heard in the preceding video, and if you haven't, then you better go and watch it, that James Corden, arsehole, was interviewed in a scheduled interview with the New York Times, where he essentially dismissed and paid little regard to the reported activity of him kicking off in the restaurant Balthazar. I explained how his responses were designed to assert control over the journalists with whom he was having breakfast, and also, of course, indirectly over the readership and public at large. His narcissism, like all narcissists, operates in the moment. But the type of narcissist that he is, an unaware one, means that his narcissism isn't concerned about what's coming next. And, of course, a more evolved narcissist, of course, would not have been in the situation that Corden, arsehole, found himself. Wouldn't be kicking off in the manner by which he did, and wouldn't find themselves roundly lambasted by mainstream media and social media. But let us say that a greater narcissist had engaged in something whereby there was an issue. What they wouldn't do is then engage in further behaviour which would result in an inevitable kickback against it. What am I referring to? Well, the fact is that Corden, arsehole, has breakfast with a journalist. Not the first time that he's done this, i.e. either had breakfast, we can see that by the size of him, but also, of course, that he's well versed in dealing with journalists, the press, and so forth. He knows that an article is going to be written about him. If his narcissism functioned in an alternative way, it would have regard to the fact that people would read that article and form a view and basically think, hang on a second, he's dismissing what he's done. I don't think that's right. Moreover, a more evolved form of narcissism would think about the fact that it could well come to the attention of the individual that criticised him in the first place, namely Mr. McNally. And, of course, lo and behold, it has. And as a consequence of that interview, this prompted Mr. McNally in his Instagram once again to comment. And he posted as follows: "I've no wish to kick a man when he's down." Mr. McNally, this is James Corden, arsehole, you're dealing with. Get as many kicks in as you can, especially one who's worth $100 million. But when James Corden, arsehole, said in yesterday's New York Times that he hadn't done anything wrong on any level, was he joking? Or was he denying being abusive to my servers? Whatever Corden, arsehole, meant, his implication was clear. He didn't do it. No, actually, he wasn't saying that. There is what is an apparent admission that the event took place, but quite simply, I complained about the eggs not being good. It happens all of the time. It's no biggie. Why is everybody getting themselves so excited about it? And indeed, everybody's reactions to it means that I'm being bullied. So he wasn't denying that it took place. What he's actually saying is, it really doesn't matter. I haven't done anything wrong. It's all right for me to kick off about the state of the omelette and my order to whoever's serving me, because I am the mighty James Corden, arsehole, and I'm allowed to treat people in that manner. That's effectively what is going on, driven, of course, by his narcissism. Returning to Mr. McNally's Instagram post, although I didn't witness the incident, lots of my restaurant's floor staff did. They had nothing to gain by lying. Corden, arsehole, did. I wish James Corden, arsehole, would live up to his almighty initials and come clean. If the supremely talented actor, I don't know why you keep saying that, Mr. McNally, because he isn't, wants to retrieve the respect he had from all his fans, all four of them, zing, before this incident, then he should at least admit he did wrong. If he goes one step further and apologises to the two servers he insulted, I'll let him eat for free at Balthazar for the next 10 years. Now, Mr. McNally, have you taken leave of your senses, sir, by making such an offer? Or are you aware that he's never going to come and apologise to the two servers? Because offering for James Corden, arsehole, to eat for free at Balthazar is basically like saying, come on, Jabba the Hutt, come on in and ruin my business as you eat me into bankruptcy. I suspect that Mr. McNally has now got the measure of James Corden arsehole and realises that he won't come and apologise to the two servers. Indeed, I don't see that would happen. Rather, Corden will assert control, arsehole that he is, by simply, if he's aware, of course, of this response of Mr. McNally, and he may not be, but if he is, he'll just dismiss it. I don't know what he's banging on about. Gosh, what a drama queen. Oh, he's bullying me over the internet through his social media. And he will turn it around and accuse McNally of the one who's got the problem. This, of course, is demonstrative of the collateral consequences of Corden, arsehole's narcissism, whereby he engages in a behaviour, then, when he's called out about it, he just dismisses it, but does so in a way that's being recorded, with the collateral consequence that more people will see his dismissiveness and then basically shake their head and perhaps even think, well, I might have given you the pass the first time, but I'm certainly not after this behaviour. What an arrogant twat he is. Other individuals will think just more grist to the mill, just completely emphasises what I've always thought of him. But it also creates the opportunity for Mr. McNally to have another go at him by issuing challenge fuel, and all of the comments, and in the relevant Instagram post, there's some 1,318 comments at the time I saw it, undoubtedly many of which will be criticising James Corden, arsehole. Now, page 6 also reported on the follow-up to all of this, but what do the people below the line think about it? Is there anybody out there that's willing to defend James Corden, arsehole? Hank writes, I have a feeling the ban is coming back. How sad. If you did something wrong or weren't aware of how you were treating people, own it and apologise and try to become a better person. Not going to happen with the narcissist, Hank. It is unacceptable to treat people that way no matter what. Leo Burns. Of course it's beneath you. You're Hollywood. You only think about yourself. Carrie K55. Our daughter is paid $5.80 an hour, and if she doesn't make up minimum wage with her tips, the business will kick in, pay them minimum wage. Seeing her grovel to ungrateful patrons is disheartening. She said her bosses went to over 8 patrons automatically get charged a standard tip on the bills. The owners are now keeping part of the tip of the bill for themselves. Maestro, never be abusive, but especially towards someone who will be in control of your food. Sage advice indeed, otherwise you'll end up with some gentleman's relish, some chef's relish ending up in your food. Joe Podolsky, hasn't hit bottom yet, servers on notice, keep the phones on record when it's your table. William J. Candy, watching the guy destroy his brand in a single episode. He appears to be so good-natured, guess not, oh well. Kensington Park, now the little man with new money said, I've done nothing wrong, so it's okay by him treating others without any respect at all. To be honest, never liked him, as I've always found him to be a hypocrite, never watched his shows either, and never will as well. Wendy Morell, beneath him, how high and mighty. I feel sorry for anyone working for him, serving him, or being around him. He sounds insufferable. Just the beneath me tells you everything you need to know about him, just like that. Mike Wagner. Now that the world knows what Corden is like, maybe he will lighten up. If not, cancel him any way you want. Sounds like he deserves it. Drag the waters. So Corden, arsehole's profuse apology was a lie. I've never watched or listened to the pudgy little guy, and I never will. Trajan of Hispania. Dieting is also beneath him. PT, James Corden, arsehole, says it's beneath him to care about NYC restaurant drama. Comedy has also been beneath Corden, arsehole, since he first appeared on television. He's more of the overweight, silly 7th grader doing little stunts as he screams, look at me, look at me. That's not comedy, that's attention desperation. Very similar comments, all criticising him, saying he should be banned, that he's entitled, that he's unattractive, that he isn't funny, and he's arrogant and filled with hate, and so on and so forth. Not looking particularly good for him. Of course, if James Corden, arsehole, were to come across the page 6 article, he would just dismiss it. Basically, he thinks, I'm loaded, I'm brilliant, I'm really good at what I do. So, fuck you. Foxtrot Oscar, he simply doesn't care. However, as more and more people decide they don't want anything to do with him, it might just mean that his ability to acquire new gigs and jobs might start to dry up. Remains to be seen. It's not going to put him out on the street. By all accounts, he's made a lot of money through his stint in the United States. He must have one fucking good agent. That's all I can say. But this demonstrates, again, the way that his narcissism focuses in the moment without due regard for collateral consequences. I'm HG Tudor. Thank you for listening.